The purpose of this video tutorial is to show you the workarounds for attaching and copying standards and some quick and easy ways to get that done without having to go back through and reselect standards every time you want to attach. So I'm already logged in, I've already been through my maps section, and now I'm ready to get started. And I want to work on my September maps. So I go ahead and select September. Now as you can see, I have some work to do under my skills section of rational numbers. I don't have that completed. So I'm going to go ahead and select edit. And then the first thing it looks like I need to do is calculate sales tax and put a standard behind that. So I'm going to go ahead and put my cursor where I want it, and then I'm going to select the standards icon. That'll get me into that screen. So I'm looking at the Iowa Common Core State Standards for Math. My subject is Math 2011, and the grade level is 7th. Okay, but it looks like I've already done some work on attaching standards the last time I was in Mapper, and it says there's 4 items addressed in Math. So I want to check and see what those 4 actually are that I put in the last time I was working. So what I can do is double click that icon, and then if I come up here and scroll down, it looks like I've got a detail, an essential skill, a content, standard, and the strand of number sense already attached. And as I'm looking at those, I see that they would also work for calculate sales tax. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put my cursor there at the end of calculate sales tax. And if you've noticed, those 4 from where I double click that icon have stayed selected. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and click attach standards, and there they are. Now before, when you would do that and you would just simply highlight the icon and copy and paste, what the browser and what this curriculum mapper software thought you were intending to do is just copy the icon, not the standards that go with it. So you need to make sure that you come up here to the right and click attach standards. And I'm going to look at calculate sales prices. I'm moving on to skill number 3. As you can see, those 4 are still selected. So if I wanted those 4 to go with my skill number 3 under rational numbers, I could go ahead and go up here and click attach standards again. But I really don't think that those fit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to deselect those. And really when I have the kids calculate sales tax, they're working with equations. So I'm going to go ahead and narrow my search to equations. And I look here under equations and expressions, and I teach this detail. This essential skill is met, this concept is met, and then it's within the strand of expressions and equations. So I'm going to go ahead and attach that set of standards. And I also teach that for number 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click attach standards again, and you can see the icon has appeared again for those 4, and I can pick that icon up and move it for skill set number 4. So there's a couple different ways that you can do this. Now I'm looking at number 5, and I teach a lot of graphing with that. So the skills that I had for 1 through 4 and the standards really don't have a lot to do with what I do with skill number 5. So I need to change that, and I'm going to look at graphs. But what I want to do first is I want to make sure that those 4 are not still hanging around from the previous attached standards. So if you unclick those or uncheck them, okay, now those are gone. And I want to look at graphs. Okay, so I've narrowed my search to graphs under ratios and proportions, and detail 7RPB fits. This essential skill works, content, and then the strand. I'm going to go ahead and attach. Alright, so I've got that. Now I'm looking at explore heading bearings on a magnetic compass. And just for example's sake, let's say that this, I'm going to come back up and look at this set of standards that I've attached, and see if they'll actually work for explore headings and bearings on a magnetic compass. So I've highlighted that icon and double clicked on it. Looks like that set of standards actually works. So I need to come back and put my cursor back down here, scroll through and make sure that set that I wanted to attach is there, and click Attach Standards, and there you go. Okay. Now I want to make sure that everything that I've attached is there within my map. So I'm going to close out of the Select Standards function just by clicking that icon. That closes it out. I want to save my map, make sure all the work that I've just done is saved. Okay. Now, and it says that it has right here, I'm going to go back to my maps list and exit out and come back and look at my September map that I've just worked on. And there's one of two ways I can do this. I can click on the icon, because I haven't gone into the edit feature. I can click on the icon and it'll show me what I've attached. Okay, that looks good. Looks like everything's there. Or I can come here and click Show Standard. And go down to Rational Numbers. That was the section under the scales that I was working on. And look. I'm going to make sure those graphing ones showed up. And there they are. Looks like everything is successfully attached. I'm happy with this. So I'm going to go ahead and go back in and start editing my map again. Okay? And then when I'm all done with all the edits that I need to do, just save. Go back to my maps list and I'm ready to log off.